Dredge was released in 2023 for PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and the Nintendo Switch, and it's currently available as part of the PlayStation Plus catalog of games to play with a subscription, which is where I played it and was recently given away for free by Epic Games as part of their holiday game giveaway. So, is Dredge worth checking out now at the end of 2024? This review will answer that question. Dredge is one of those games that you think has a simple premise that expands into something really strange and weird. You play as a fisherman who has taken a job in a small town on a remote island. Your boat crashed in the fog and you're given a loanership by the town's mayor that you need to pay off by catching fish. Oddly enough, you're given a warning to not go out at night since the fog is thick and it can be easy to hit the rocks around the shore. Plus, people have reported strange sights that only appear when the sun goes down. So with that information, you get to work and start catching fish around the harbor, bringing back your hauls to sell to the fishmonger. Each time you do, you get some money, and a portion of your profits go towards paying off your debt. Eventually, you spend that money to upgrade your ship's equipment, researching new rods and engines that make you go faster, and repairing any damage done from accidentally hitting rocks. The first hour or so of Dredge plays as a good fishing simulator, and it can be a very relaxing game to play. Then, things get weird. You may be asked to deliver a mysterious, dripping package to a dock worker, or maybe one of the fish you haul aboard is horribly mutated. Or maybe you ignored the warnings and went fishing at night and saw something that you just couldn't explain. But whatever the reason, you'll quickly find out that Dredge isn't just a simple fishing game where you relax and work on your boat in peace. Dredge is a Lovecraftian horror game where you also fish. For anyone who doesn't know, Lovecraftian horror is a genre that deals with unexplained and horrifying outer gods or unknowable beings that humans just can't comprehend and should never interact with. Dredge has you finding objects associated with these horrors and returning them to a collector, all while you still fish for money to repair and enhance your boat. The story shifts from paying off your debt and starting a new life to trying to figure out what's happening on these islands and what exactly you've become involved in. And Dredge does this transition very well. Horror is weaved throughout the entire narrative, and you can feel the tension when the sun drops below the horizon, the fog rolls in, and you start to panic as creatures emerge from the darkness or objects suddenly materialize from nowhere. The best parts of Dredge happen when you're just cruising along, minding your own business, and something crazy happens out of nowhere. But aside from fishing and exploring, what else are you doing in Dredge? The gameplay stays the same basically throughout the entire game. Time only progresses when your boat is moving or fishing, so if you stay still and you aren't doing anything, the sun will stay overhead. Your boat moves as quickly as the engines you have installed can carry you, and you start with pretty terrible equipment. Your boat has inventory slots that can hold fish and other materials dredged from the bottom of the ocean, but there are also specialty slots for fishing rods, nets, lights, and engines. The more upgrades you have, the more room you have available, and the more generic slots turn into specialty slots, allowing for more and better rods and better engines. You research new equipment by buying or picking up research gear, spending them to unlock new items for purchase from the shops. Eventually, your boat can move pretty fast and you can fish different types of sea creatures. Each type of fish requires a different type of rod, and some rods are only good for a few varieties of fish. As you travel throughout the game's islands, you'll find yourself encountering schools of fish that are too deep for standard rods or nets, so you need to research new ones and buy them. The game does a very good job of placing a traveling merchant shop at each of the islands, allowing you to stop and sell your catch quickly and stay in the new area without traveling back, since time moves pretty fast and you don't want to be caught out in sea at night. Traveling at night causes your character to panic, and the more scared you are, the more strange things happen around you that can damage your boat. Take too much damage and you die. In the base game of Dredge, there are 5 main islands to explore, all with their own challenges and characters. Overall, it's going to take you about 10 hours to beat the game, and that's with getting all the upgrades and exploring the entire map. Let's go into the pros and cons of Dredge. For the pros, the game does look good. It has this cel-shaded animation that maintains a good FPS the entire time, and the horror elements are seamlessly woven in. The sound and music matches the game perfectly. It's this blend of cheery fishing music that changes when strange events happen, or you pull up a fish that's just not right. I love the narrative, and while it's not the most in-depth storyline, there is enough of a mystery there that it kept me wanting to play and discover more. For the cons, it might not be challenging enough for some players, especially when you do get all the upgrades. If you don't want a chill fishing game and just want a horror game, then you might find this lacking. And the opposite is also true. If you just want a chill fishing game and don't want the horror, well, Dredge isn't enough for that. For 10 hours, the full price may not be worth it for some people. Luckily, it's frequently on sale and currently free with a PlayStation Plus extra subscription. And that's it for another review. In my opinion, Dredge was a fantastic game that I really enjoyed playing, and I would have no problem recommending it even at full price. It's well worth the time and money spent, and I would encourage you to pick it up if you're interested in fishing for cosmic horrors and trying to summon an elder god from the depths of the world. I'm the Casual Console Gamer, and I'll see you all in the next review.